really have too many greatsword players in the ranked queue, but I know that both. But I do know that both FryDasOle and Welfe play obviously quite a bit of ranked. I'm actually not sure if Welfe plays in EU or MENA, because a lot of Middle Eastern players and North African players actually play on EU to get more practice in. Would be interested to know exactly which region everyone plays on.
Okay, well, I mean, so far, starting off to seemingly quite fine. Fry has the lead-ish as far as positioning goes, gets the recovery, and that'll be the stock. We saw the sweat beats going off on Welfe there, so definitely not a problem whatsoever. He's just going to go ahead and carry him off stage, I guess.
Going to be carrying him off stage, and that is going to be the stock. FryDasOle chilling on this side, swapping over to the orb now. I want to see if we're going to be seeing those weapon throws upwards again, Flambo.
100%. You already know Fry's thinking about it. He's plotting on it right now. When can I find the setup? There's one. Hey, we'll take it. That time, a little bit more tactical, though, was used to weapon starve and get that orb. But Welfe, D-Light Sayer, going to push Fry into the corner, try to get this edge guard, wait on the side a little bit, maybe corner guard. No, we're going to trade spaces. Oh, man, they are dancing around each other, but Fry comes out on top with a weapon throw that doesn't really lead to anything. Now Fry just doesn't have a weapon. But, hey, finds that scythe anyway.
Able to get that scythe. Welfe needs this knockout right now. He's going to be actually going for quite a large commitment, running all the way out there for the GC sidelight against scythe of all weapons. Very risky maneuver to be playing, but it's going to be working out well. He has that damage deficit. He has the greatsword. Welfe, we've been seeing so many times your greatsword is able to deal up damage. Fry going for the massive commitment, but it's not going to be paying off. He's still going to be able to get back onto stage relatively safe. He only gets hit by a sidelight on the way back up.
Okay. And you can see Fry getting hit by these greatsword strings, but choosing to delay the dodge, right? And so
okay, Welfe? All right.
Yeah, a lot of damage. Actually, one read from Welfe here, and that's the stock. Fry's not dodging it.
The aerial gameplay, the aerial gameplay is crazy coming out from Welfe. Maybe that is the end game of countering greatsword. You're trying to read me. What if I just don't dodge?
Which, I mean, sometimes it works. Other times you just get hit a lot. You know, there's a lot of strings you can do with greatsword. If someone's not dodging, you just keep hitting them, keep hitting them, keep hitting them. But so
yeah, I mean, you want to mix up, your dodge. I feel like not dodging is a pretty strong mix-up.
Especially Fry's opting to mash jump instead of dodge. And so we saw in the previous set that Welfe was reading jumps by doing jump Sayer after a D-Light bridge. Fry's probably going to start getting hit by some of those if he keeps going for the same defensive options. Oh, I don't know about that. No dodge, yeah. Yeah,
no, really big call out. Not going to be rewarding in this scenario. FryDasOle able to get a 3-piece off of that. Building up that damage, but Welfe, we've been seeing him able to pull some funny stuff off in the aerial side of things on the greatsword. Able to rack up some damage, not close enough to find a knockout yet. As you mentioned, I mean, yeah, one read on a greatsword can knock out deceptively early.
Oh. Okay, recovery not enough. Maybe another recovery will do it. We have the sword here. D-Light recovery is now on the table to find the stock. Goes for the Ensig. You rarely ever lose your stock for going for Jaeyun sword Ensig. Man, that was great by Fry. I gotta give it up. You could tell that Welfe was really trying to be ambiguous with the drift, right? Because a lot of the time, scythe players are looking for the moment in which you're going to go for the wall touch. And so it was like, well, what if I delay it here and drift a little bit to the side? But Fry said, what if I don't wait for that and I just chase you off the stage? And Welfe was not ready for that. He was like, why are you down airing me here? People usually don't do it. We're going to see in the replay right here where he kind of drifts to the side a little bit and then gets caught on the recovery with that down air. So extremely well played by Fry.
And we do actually see from that game, Welfe getting 570 damage dealt, whereas Fry only dealt 499. Now, not a massive difference. I mean, 71 damage, not insane by any means, but it is rare enough where the winning opponent dealt less damage that I feel like it's worth mentioning. I was hyping Welfe's ability to find the knockouts up a lot last set around, but it looks like FryDasOle is kind of one-upping him.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a tougher time because I'll say Welfe has been able to find strings, you know, maybe 3, maybe even 4 hit strings, but because Fry hasn't been dodging in a way that like is conducive to getting the kind of standard finishers that Greatsword is known for getting. Like right here, we see it again, right? He goes side light, dash, end light, D light, Fry jumps. He needs to go for jump Sair now on those because Fry's not, or he can just go for the end light finisher because Fry's not dodging. But I think Welfe's been a little bit too scared to just let it rip.
We'll find that there. Massive option. Goes for the second one as well. That is going to be the stock coming off of Fry as Welfe is able to get himself, secure himself an early lead here, still sticking to the Greatsword. I do want to mention, yeah, Greatsword, good at a lot of things, but if you're looking for the knockouts, maybe you do want to lead into that sword a little bit more.
Yeah, beautiful downside coming out here from Fry as well. Because leaning into that sword gives you that guaranteed stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're using the Greatsword, usually you're trying to get that read kind of around the like late yellow area, where if you get someone there, you'll get a really early knockout off a dodge read. But otherwise, sometimes you kind of have to pick a little bit and then get a stray hit with like a side air or something to actually get the KO.
Yeah, in terms of finding the knockout sword in general, it's just a lot less effort for the same reward, right? Whereas on Greatsword, the effort kind of way more scales with your damage buildup, with your strings, with your aerial gameplay, which Welfe has been against Fry of all people playing so exceptionally well in, and he's just controlling the space right now. Not able to follow it up or finish it off with a knockout. FryDasOle is getting damaged here.
Okay. Welfe has a sword in hand here, probably looking for that delay. We already saw one gravity cancel. This side is going to push FryDasOle off to the right side of the stage. Gets caught by the recovery. It's not going to be enough. At this point, Welfe needs one more hit. A side air will do it. Yeah, even from the middle of the stage, you can see a lot of these side airs coming out. Get stuffed on the recovery. That would have been enough as well. But Greatsword, once again, 20 frame startup on that recovery. And a huge chance for FryDasOle. Can't get the final Sair. Maybe a reverse. No, we actually can't get enough drift to get the touch there. And now we actually have a lead for Welfe.
Super close to touching the wall, but still not enough. And Fry going immediately for the massive call out to try and get an early stock. I mean, you're basically already deep red on that second stock. You might as well go for those risky plays. Not going to be paying off this time around. Welfe's able to bounce back up and find the knockout. Now even a territory. Let's see who's going to be coming out on top. Fry, oh my god. He's able to find so much right now. What is going on? He's finding all of the openings all of a sudden.
Let's see. Fry looking to close one. Wow, he's just inching away.
God. Dude, Fry needs to stop doing that. But I mean, it works. Welfe, he doesn't know what to do. He's like, what's going on? Recovery. That's going to be enough to find the knockout as well. And that is going to be the end of that game. 2-0 on the board for FryDasOle.
Okay, FryDasOle seemingly able to kind of be cheeky with it, but I get it. There is an aspect of Brawlhalla where when you're playing it on average, your opponent is always moving, that when they stop or they do erratic movement like that, you're just kind of like, what? Like it interrupts the natural flow in such a way that really does act like a stagger to the way people think about their approach to the game. And Fry, seemingly at least 2 times, if not more than that today, has been able to lead that into some advantage, if not a KO. It's funny to watch, but it works. It works.
Yeah, sometimes just bits of information or quotes stick in your head that you can't really get rid of. I remember watching a dev stream in like 2020, and Foda said sometimes the most optimal option is the gold option. Which the more I think of it, the more I realize how right he was. You want to be unpredictable, you want to surprise your enemies. Sometimes going for that one thing that the enemy has no idea what you're going on about is going to be the best option.
I 100% agree with you. There's an aspect of playing a game at a competitive level that like tells you that you feel like you need to be optimal at every moment, and that's if you will your opponent down to just like being a computer. But if you think about them as a person, the stuff that trips up people is the stuff that feels like it doesn't make sense.
Oh,
that's
all right.
It. Dodge gets ground pounded, but
Qatar
ground pound is not the best, but that's gonna do it.
Super clean.
So this is rare. I actually can't tell you the last time I've seen a Mako. You know, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I can't, on the top of my head, I can't tell you a Mako player. I know that Skeldra was on Mako a lot in ranked, and periodically also picks Mako up in tournament gameplay. But any dedicated Mako player, I can't tell you a single name. Qatar's obviously super strong at the moment.
Whoa!
At least it looks like Welfe believes so.
All right, gets the recovery as well. And maybe Welfe just needed to change. Maybe the sword wasn't doing it. Maybe you want an easier damage buildup. If you want to get KOs with Mako, you can, one, use that amazing down sig. You also have that slide charge down sig on the great sword if you can't find the KO. And right now, again, how does he do it? How does he do it?
I don't know. I told you that signature, it's allowed for Fry. It's the forbidden signature, but for FryDasOle, it's allowed. He has a permit. He has a permit to use that signature.
He got a degree,
He signed a contract. He got an agreement. Okay,
4 to 5 years in university for that one. Slide charge down sig. Do it. Do it, Welfe. It's in your bones. You know it's called. Oh no. He's gonna lose the stock here maybe. Oh, Fry tries to close it right there. Recovery not enough. Maybe a Qatar recovery. Are we gonna starve Fry? We are. Oh, throws the weapon down and not diagonally. I wasn't expecting that.
This is, for Welfe, this is so much more than just a Qatar swap. I mean, sometimes I forget this, but Mako has 8 speed, like, base. This speed, I think, is working out so well for Welfe. I don't know if it's only the stats or if he just stepped up his movement in general, but he is moving all over the place, Flando.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more dash landings, and I think part of it is because Qatars are just a weapon that requires you to get so up close and personal, you really have to substitute the lack of range with movement, right? And so there's sort of an inherent buff to the way he has to play because it just is what makes the weapon works better.
Let's see if he can find some of that magic he has had with his aerial greatsword gameplay previously, but FryDasOle is able to pick up that Sair, taking it down to a one stock situation, and this could very well be the tournament stock for Welfe. He has to survive here to be able to continue in the tournament. Most important stock of his entire tournament so far.
All right, and
finds the dare. It's a good start. Gets the nair as well, but Fry is able to turn around the recovery, the dare. That could be very well be it, but Welfe is able to get back out. And just like that, FryDasOle, he has him stuck in another combo. Welfe can't get out.
That's it.
And that's it. That's it. FryDasOle is going to be advancing to the Eliminations finals, going up against Poe, and has redeemed himself a spot in the top 3.
Okay, that was a bit haphazard in the end there. You know, the edge guard looks like it could have gone either way.